Welcome to Calculus 2 or Math 4B Online. If you have a cell phone or you're logging in through the cell phone, the landing page may not come up. If you log in on a computer, you would see something like this for your landing page. You can click on Homepage to get to the landing page. And if you do, you'll see a quick introduction, some links, and how we organize this class. We are a 16-week class. The topics are listed over here, though only the first few modules or weekly modules are open. I do pace this course according to weekly modules, so all our reading and homework assignments are found within each of the weekly modules. You can click on the module button or go to this link to get to our modules. The first is sort of a review of derivatives and integrals from, say, chapter 1. In particular, the more tricky derivatives and integrals. Our weekly modules will take the format of a page that outlines what our goals are for the week, and then the lesson pages. So these pages have some information, my lecture videos, as well as links to the textbook. You want to go through those lesson pages. And then we'll have these online lecture assignments, which have simple questions to go with the lecture videos. You want to make sure those are usually due on Fridays, so you want to get them done before Friday. If I click on the objectives page, you can see that we outline what we're covering for the week. This includes the lessons, the sections of reading, and the assignments towards the bottom. This week we have some introductory assignments just to prove that you want to be in this course. So let's sort of introduce yourself to other class members through this discussion. A syllabus quiz, so a quiz that's just based on referencing the syllabus. You can attempt it as many times as you want. And the lecture video assignment, as well as practice problems. So you usually do these after you've done the lecture, the video assignment. These are more challenging problems where you use the skill set that you've learned, and you can attempt them as many times as you want. And then after that, there are the quizzes. The quizzes are more challenging than the practice problems. They're sort of like mini tests in that sense, except you can retake them until the due date. They're usually due the Friday of the following week. Now, you will have a time limit on the quiz. That is 30-minute time limit. If you run out of time, you just restart the quiz and try again. If I click on this lecture assignment, most of our assignments, with the exception of the discussions, are done through an application called MyOpenMath. You do not need to sign up for it. You already have an account associated with our Canvas account. You click on these external links and it'll take you there. For the most part, the interface is going to be the same for quizzes, practice problems, and lecture assignments, even our exams. So the interface works as there's some sort of question here. You can type in the numerical answer that you get, whatever that is, or select the appropriate answer. Some problems have you have a yellow box here so that you can put in more complicated answers. Sometimes that's going to be a function or square roots or something like that. The way this interface works is that you click on the box and it tells you if you should put in a number or a numerical answer. In this case, I think maybe it's in the fourth quadrant, so I press submit, and then I think, oh, okay, sine inverse is the opposite of sine, so they cancel each other out, so maybe I'll get back to where I started from. I can go ahead and say that maybe it should be a negative, put a fraction over here, 3 under 17. Click submit. And then if I try cosine, I'm going to purposely put a wrong answer, so I'm just going to put a 1 this time. Submit, and you can see that it counts that as a wrong answer. You may have multiple questions on a single page and you submit them individually, or you can submit the whole thing when you're done. You can cycle to the next question by pressing the arrow or dropping the window to get to the next thing. And then with these video assignments, there will also be videos that you can click play to see or watch, and then you write the answer over here. Usually the question is very related to the video, but also there's like written examples that you can use to help you learn. My lesson pages usually have a description of what we're covering for that particular lesson, as well as a link to the textbook that I'm pulling from. The homework systems and the videos that I make are directly related to the textbook. There are also additional videos over here that you could use as a reference. Some of this material is review, and some of it is just an extension of derivatives and integrals from the previous class. So maybe in the beginning, the first week, you don't have to look through all the videos to get an idea of what's going on. But definitely try the problems and skim the videos at first to get a sense if you understand this material, if you have questions. We will use hyperbolic functions and inverse trig functions throughout this course. So these videos are a good reference for when those kinds of problems come up in the course. I don't really expect you to memorize all hyperbolic functions, their derivatives and integrals, but be able to reference them and understand they are types of functions that you can see. This is This is the lecture assignment, but if you keep scrolling over to the next thing in the module, you'll see other kinds of assignments like the discussion assignment. Usually the discussion assignment requires that you make 2 posts, an early post, say on Friday-ish, and then a later post, a response post after other people posted things on a Sunday. Make sure you do both, but make sure you hit the early post on Fridays so your classmates can read your responses during the weekend and respond completely. Please let me know if you have any questions. I try to link our lessons and videos to the assignments so you can see what it's pulling from. But still, if you need clarification, I'm available. I'd say the best ways to get a hold of me are through inbox, coming to my office hours, which you can find in the syllabus, and pronto. I'll say take care and have fun.